there! Well, today's video is going to be a Q&A, so I have all of the questions here that you left me on my previous channel chat video. So in that video, I asked for any questions that you might have about me if you were interested in doing a video like that. And so I have all of them here. I'm going to try to get to all of them today in this video. If it gets too terribly long, I will cut this into two parts, but hopefully if I don't ramble too much, we can get to all of them. There are a few that are similar, so I'll try to group those together a little bit, but these are in no particular order. And other than copying and pasting all the questions down, I haven't done any prep because I wanted them to just be very natural. So we'll see how that turns out. I've started and stopped this video 3 times already because this hair here keeps coming down in my face. I just got it cut and it keeps going forward. I didn't want to keep touching my hair during the video, so I've tried to glue that back now, and hopefully I can just stay on task here. Alright, so the first question was, what was your favorite job you ever had? This is really easy. Many years ago, I worked for a general contractor as an administrative assistant, and it wasn't the work itself that I loved so much, but I absolutely loved that office. I had a boss there who is, to this day, my favorite boss I've ever had. I think about him all the time. He was just a really wise man. He taught me so much. He had all these little bits of wisdom about everything, things that I still think about in my current life, and I just love him so much. My husband keeps telling me, you really need to get in touch with him again and just tell him what an impact he had on your life. I just miss him a lot, and he really just, you know, was someone that taught me a lot. So that was a great job. What is your favorite holiday? Thanksgiving. That is always my favorite holiday. I love it because it's not very stressful as far as there's not any gifts involved or anything like that. I like that it's just about the food. I like that it's about the tradition. I like that it doesn't cost a lot of money to do something like that, so that it's something that hopefully everyone can take part in. And I don't know, I love that you have the same things every year. I just love I love the tradition of it. I love the simplicity of it. I love the food. I love the stuffing. My mother-in-law's stuffing is amazing. So it's just a holiday that I always really look forward to, because I think you can just focus on enjoying the company, enjoying the food, and not worrying about all the other stress of, you know, the buying and the making sure somebody's going to like something or this or that. And I don't know, it's just always been something that I enjoy. Plus I love the time of year. So I think that that's another reason that I really like it. All right, my question is, have you ever encountered a stalker-ish viewer? Not really. I had one that was persistent, shall I say, sent me quite a few messages that got progressively more inappropriate. I wouldn't say stalkerish, but it definitely got to the point where I had to do something about it. I ignored it for a long time, but then it just kind of kept progressing, so I finally said, putting a stop to this. So that was interesting. That one maybe rattled me a little bit more than anyone else, but for the most part, no, people are pretty nice. Which leads me to another question. Let me go ahead and get to this one, because someone had asked me if I had been bullied on YouTube. I'm trying to find that one. Here it is. I have the question. Have you ever been bullied on here or Instagram? How have you dealt with it? Not on Instagram at all. That's been a really good experience for me on the whole. I wouldn't really say I've been bullied. To me, bullying is more like a pattern of behavior. You have a bunch of people doing the similar type of thing. But I've had some comments. Most of them I laugh off. I mean, because some of them are pretty clever. One that stands out to me is someone, and it seemed like a young guy, left a message on my bathroom renovation video and said, your bathroom needed a facelift and so do you. And I thought that that was kind of clever, so you know, whatever. But some of them are just funny. Some of them are just rude, and I just can't imagine a scenario in which I would go onto someone's YouTube channel that has put time and effort, even if you don't agree with them, or even if you don't like the look that they're doing, or whatever, you think there are mistakes in it. I can't imagine a scenario in which I would go and leave a rude comment on someone's video just to be mean. It just seems so bizarre to me. So I've had little things like that, but nothing that's really bothered me all that much. I have seen some pretty crazy things on channel. I cannot believe some of the venom that is spewed towards some YouTubers. It is incredible how personally and emotionally involved some people can get with some of these other YouTubers' channels, and the amount of time they're willing to spend bullying these people blows my mind. Okay, moving on to something else. How do you cope with stress was another part of the same question. I think I'm pretty good at compartmentalizing. So if I have something stressful going on in one part of my life, I really try to, when I'm in another part of my life, really focus on that. So for example, if I have to do this video today, but I've got something else going on, I try to just think about this video right now and just, put all of my energy into it and really just block the other thing out. I guess that's some sort of coping mechanism, but it doesn't mean that I don't deal with the other stress that I have going on, but it's not happening right now, and this is where I need to focus my energies and attention at the time. So I tend to do that a lot. I also rely on just something that I did this in a previous video where I talked about too much future. Anytime that I'm trying to focus on one thing, but maybe something else is coming into my thoughts that I'm worried about that's happening down the road, I just tell myself too much future. That is, too much future, not enough present. Be here, do this right now, focus on this, and worry about that when it's actually happening. Favorite Christmas cookie recipe? That's a hard one. There was one in Taste of Home years ago with these little peanut butter Christmas mice, and he used Twizzlers as the tail and little candies as the eyes and ears. And it was really, really cute, so I've made those quite a few times. Very time consuming, and it's really just a peanut butter cookie when it comes down to it, but I thought that's really cute, and I look forward to making them. Favorite fall dish for a party? I have a pretty good stuffed mushroom recipe, so if someone asks me to bring an appetizer type of thing, I have these stuffed mushrooms that I really like to make, and they seem to go pretty fast when I take them. Will you stay in Florida permanently, or will you move back to Iowa when your husband retires? The answer to that is we simply don't know. I don't know that we're going to stay in Florida. Just not sure that this is where we want to be long term, but we really haven't decided. It seems so far out right now. It's at least 5 to 10 years away, which I guess probably isn't a long time in the grand scheme of things, but a lot can change between now and then, so I guess we're just going to take it as it comes. What is your most watched movie, and is it the same as what you think or say is your favorite? That's an easy question too. I don't know that I have a favorite movie. I'm not a big movie person, and I definitely don't watch them over and over. I know I'm in the minority with that, but once I've seen it, I'm done. To me, it's kind of like reading a book again. I already know what's going to happen. I know where it's headed. That takes all the fun out of it for me, so there isn't really anything that I could watch over and over again. I don't know, it's such a hard question. I've had a lot of movies that I really enjoyed, but nothing that I can say is my favorite and that I would watch again. Let's see, if money was no object, where would you and your hubby like to vacation? I don't know, it's funny, I don't think I have that wanderlust that some other people have, and I know that, that may seem really boring, but I never just think, oh, I just want to visit some exotic location or do this or that. I don't really have a lot of that. There are some places I'd really like to go. I think one I've mentioned before, and this may not seem like a dream vacation to a lot of people, but it's something that we've always really wanted to do, is just take a really long extended trip to Washington, D.C. We both really like museums, and so the Smithsonian really appeals to us, but we'd like to be able to go where we can spend a whole day in one museum. I know my husband would definitely want to see the Air and Space Museum. I'd like to see is it the Museum of American History, where they just have a lot of different types of things? That's one I'd like to go to. So we'd really like to just spend some time doing something like that. I've always really wanted to visit the UK. Definitely would like to go to London someday. I think as far as exotic beach vacations and stuff, I don't think that appeals to us as much because we are here in Florida, so we can go to the beach anytime. So when I think of going on vacations, I want something to do. I want an activity. I don't really want to go just relax somewhere because we're able to do that. So, which is, I know, a treat for other people that live in other parts of the country. Okay, so these two questions kind of go together. Do you work out regularly? If so, can you share your routine? And I'd like to know about your fitness routine, how you stay active and in shape. So I think this might be a good video to do on its own. I can talk about my diet and exercise and that. Basically, I like to move a lot, so I don't have one set routine that I do on a regular basis. I like to tone my arms, I like to tone my legs on a separate day, and I like to do ab workouts. I also like to incorporate as many repetitive exercises that I can into my regular daily tasks. So that sounds a little bit strange, but I can explain that in a video, but I just like to keep moving. My husband says I am always on the move. I don't sit down for long periods of time. I try to sometimes make more of a production out of certain things to make them more of an exercise. So for example, if I have to put laundry away, I know I might be able to take it all in 2 trips, but I will make more trips out of it so that I'm walking back and forth quite a bit. So I just try to just move a lot in a lot of different ways. Okay, next question was, do you clean your own house? Absolutely, I sure do. I don't have any help with that. Even if I wanted to, our schedule wouldn't really allow for that. So I like to do it, and I'm really particular about it. So I think it's just best I do it myself, because I don't know that anyone else is going to do it to my satisfaction. All right, so the next question was, would love to know more about where you live, your family, etc. So that's a big question. So I'm going to answer this, I guess, just the basics about us. So we live in Florida. I'm married to my husband, David, and we have 3 cats. We've got my in-laws, so I've got my brother-in-law, my husband's brother, and his mother and father all live about an hour away from us. And then I've got my parents and grandparents who live in Iowa, which is where I'm originally from. And then we both have extended family members that live in other parts of the country as well. I'm 39. I'm not sure if I mentioned that before. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown. I'm an only child, and then my husband, of course, has 1 brother. So we kind of have a small immediate family and then a little bit larger extended family. All right, so somebody asked, I think you mentioned a while back that you were thinking of getting a dog. Is that something that you're still considering? Absolutely. So when we were really strongly considering a dog, we were just about to make a decision. We really thought we were going to go forward with it. And then we had that pipe leak here at our house, which caused a lot of renovations to happen, some remodeling. We had a lot of repairs to be done, and we were so glad that we had not made the decision to go ahead and do that at that time. It's something that definitely got put on the back burner, and I think it was really kind of a good thing that it happened. Our main concern about bringing a dog into the home is our 3 cats that we already have. 2 of our girls are a little bit senior. One of them is 11 and 1 is 9, and we're just a little bit concerned about bringing a dog in and sort of upsetting them. We're not sure if that would go as well as it would with maybe our younger cat, who is a lot more playful. Our older cat's not as much. So it's something that we really definitely want someday, but I think that now is probably not the right time. But we would love to welcome another little furry face into this family at some point. And it's something we like to dream about a lot. I love to think about it. We're not set. We thought we might be set on a particular breed, but now we're not. And we think that maybe just the right little face will come along at the right time, and that might be just something that we happened upon, kind of like with our 3rd cat, Sarah. We were just out one day, and the Humane Society had some cats at the pet store, or at the pet food store, I should say. And so we just knew she was the right one. We had been thinking about a 3rd cat for a long time, and she was just the one. And so we feel like that might happen with a dog as well. And so when we know it, maybe it will be the right time for us then, and that we can welcome a new member to the family. All right, someone else asked, I'm very interested in your morning routine. What time you wake up? How do you get dressed? Do you shower in the morning or night? Okay, so my morning routine, I don't always get up at the same time every day, but I would usually say it's around 8 or 8:30, depending on what time I go to bed the night before. I shower in the mornings, but then I take a bath at night. I don't do both every day, but the majority of days I do. I have to wash my hair in the mornings because it is so oily. I wish I was one of those people that could wash it the night before and kind of cut time in my morning routine, but I just can't if I'm going to be going out and I want it to look really nice. So unfortunately, that's something I primarily do in the mornings. Unless I know I'm just going to be doing housework or something, and then I can wash the night before and I'm just going to put my hair up and use a little dry shampoo or something. So I don't always get ready right away when I get up. Pretty much I get up and the first thing that I do is stumble to the coffee machine. That's the first thing that I do, and that's when I like to answer comments a lot of time. I like to do YouTube related things. I like to look at the news. I really like to stay up on current events and things, so that's usually the first thing I do. I also tend to like to do a lot of chores and things like that before I get ready for the day. So my morning routine kind of varies. I have a hard time, I'm not really a morning person, so I have a very hard time just getting up and going first thing. I wish that I was more of a morning person, but I'm not, so I'm more of a midday person. So by the time I have the things that need to be done, work-wise, office-wise, those kinds of things, computer work I should say, then I'm ready to sort of get going for the day, and then I'm a lot more active and other things in the afternoon. What is your favorite meal to eat at home? Well, I asked my husband this. I said, someone asked us what our favorite meal is to eat at home. What would you say versus what I would say? He said immediately spaghetti. He loves my spaghetti sauce, so I just make a meat sauce that he really enjoys. My favorite meal that we eat at home is definitely my shredded chicken for tacos. I will link to that recipe down below. That along with my restaurant style Mexican rice. I love tacos anyway, but I really love those shredded chicken tacos. It's so easy to do and it's so flavorful, and I love it for soft tacos, crunchy tacos. I like just putting it over rice or making a salad with it. Oh, my mouth's watering thinking about it. I need to make that soon. I haven't done it in a few weeks, but something we have really regularly and I really look forward to it. I think with that particular meal, you can kind of make it as healthy as you would like or as indulgent as you like, and I love that shredded chicken. All right, let's see, where are we? I think I'm getting through most of the questions here. Do I have any more? Oh, somebody asked, do you work? If so, doing what? Do you earn money from YouTube? I know it's possible. I just didn't know how many subscribers and views you need to start earning anything. Okay, so, oh, and one more. What made you start making videos? And I think there was another question about why did I start my YouTube channel. Okay, so I started my YouTube channel about 2.5 years ago. At the time, I just really wanted an outlet to be able to talk about beauty products. It's something that I just really love. I'm just a beauty product enthusiast. I like talking about them, and I didn't really have any girlfriends in my local real life that enjoy that sort of thing. And so I found myself sort of boring my husband with things that I'd find, and before the poor man's eyes rolled back into his head, I decided it might be fun to start a YouTube channel to talk about it. And I had hoped that over time, if I had enough videos and I had enough of a following, that I might be able to earn a little bit of extra income from it. So that leads me to the next question. Do you earn money from YouTube? Yes, I do. Very little, but yes, I do. And I see a lot of people get asked this question, and I don't think that anyone that makes YouTube videos is intentionally vague about it, but it's really hard to explain the money that you make on YouTube. And even if I told you exactly how much I'm making from it, you may not have the same experience. You don't make the same amount every day. It's not predictable. Your earnings can be much better one month to the next. One day you can have a really great earnings day, and then the next day it can be really, really bad and the bottom can fall out. So it's not the kind of thing that you want to do if you need a really steady, predictable income, especially at first. But if you do build up a large catalog of videos so you're getting more and more views over time, it's really more about the views than the subscribers. That is what will hopefully start to earn you a little bit of money over time. And then of course you have affiliate programs and things like that, where if people make purchases through your affiliate links, you can earn a very small percentage of that purchase. And again, that's something that varies from company to company. And I think people are also kind of reluctant to talk about this too, because the terms of service that YouTube has and other affiliate marketing, stuff like that, it can be really difficult to understand. And so you're not really sure if you're supposed to say anything. If you say something, are you jeopardizing your relationship with YouTube? Are they going to pull your videos down? It's really, really complicated to understand. And it seems like everyone's interpretation of some of these rules are very, very different. So I know there's sometimes a lot of mistrust about YouTubers not talking about how much money they make. But as I said in the beginning, I really don't think people are intentionally vague. At least I'm not. I just think it's really, really hard to explain. So that is my answer on that. And I think that is everything. So that is it. Thank you all so much for your questions. This was really, really fun, and I hope it got to help you learn a little bit more about me. I thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you very soon. Bye-bye.